and I would go click and I just go look at their Facebook page. And generally within 5 minutes, you can tell that it has nothing to do with you. There's something in their life that they're unhappy about. Either they don't like the way that they look, or they don't like their job, or they don't like their position in life. It's something about themselves. And you know, there really is something to that saying that misery loves company. You know, people who are miserable, they don't want to see you having fun. Because to them it's like, you know, this girl, you know, she's having fun, why can't I have fun? Well, you know what, dang it, she's not going to have any fun. And I'm going to make her feel just as miserable as I do. And that's all they want to do. They want to bring you down so that way they don't have to look at someone having more fun than them. So never let them win. And you know, I used to do that a lot. I used to look at those pages a lot. And now I don't. Because the minute I see a negative comment, I've just seen it so many times. It's like on repeat. How many times you see the same thing. Someone says something mean, you go to their page, their life sucks in some way. And then it clicks, you know? And it's gotten to the point now where I just see a negative comment and I kind of actually feel bad for that person a little bit. Because you're like, wow, I'm sorry that something's going on in your life that you can't be happy for another person, another human being. And then I just delete and ban. Because that's your power. You have all the power to just delete and ban. The minute you say anything back to them or try to defend yourself or get upset with them, you've won. Or, I mean, they've won because they've gotten a rise out of you. They've gotten a response, and that's all they want.
That's exactly what it's for.
So, yeah, exactly. So all you do is ignore, and that's more powerful than any words you could say back to them. Just ignore and delete.
How do you handle it?
I do exactly what Mia does. This week I actually had my first negative comment on one of my pictures, and it was pretty rough. I won't repeat it, but it was an immediate delete.
Yeah.
And I can't ban from my phone. I haven't figured it out yet, so
I'll show you. For myself, I do the same thing that they do. Delete and ban now, and I'm at a point now where it doesn't bother me anymore. It doesn't hurt. And if anything, it just irritates me. It's like, really, these people really had this much time on their hands to write this thing about how much they hate me. You know, I just delete and ban. It's just the simplest way. It gets it off of your page. Your fans don't have to see it. Your family doesn't have to see it. And then when you're scrolling through your own stuff, you don't have to see it either. You know, people like that don't belong in your life. But now that we've touched a bit on body image, we're going to go ahead and cover skin tone, ethnic backgrounds. So, if I wanted to cosplay, well, okay, I'm okay, I guess you mean skin tone, I'm Latin American. But if I wanted to cosplay like a Mandalorian or like a Twi'lek, I take it I can't because I'm not, you know, I'm not the Twi'lek color, right? Like, I can't do it? It's not allowed? It's allowed? Okay. How do you guys handle that, or what are your thoughts on cosplaying outside of your skin tone?
You know, for me, okay, if I had to pick, everyone's always like, do Psylocke. I'm like, I don't want to do Psylocke.
You actually do an amazing stuff.
I know, I finally did one. It took me a really long time, but that's because, like, everyone does Psylocke when you're 8. But I wanted to, like, branch out. I wanted to do more things, and so I did Supergirl, and that's my favorite costume, because believe it or not, I used to be really shy. That was the one that I wore. The more I wore it, I became like Supergirl, and it actually increased my confidence. Like 5 years ago, if you put this many people in front of me and told me to speak, I would probably fall over and have like a panic attack. But my Supergirl picture ended up on this webpage called Uncle Sam's Misguided Children. It was this horrible page, and it became all about why is this Asian girl Supergirl. And I mean, down to like, there was some woman from Jersey that was like, this, and I mean, she actually sounded it out, hua. I didn't even know you could make a word out of that, on like, this hua should be glad that we let her into our country to do our nails. And it's kind of like, wow, you know, like to me, Supergirl's not even American. She's Kryptonian, okay? And it was just one of those things where it was just like, wow, like, you know, comics transcend race. You know, it's the same thing. I did Lita, and Lita, everyone's like, well, isn't she, like, kind of African? I'm like, no, she's just tan. As a kid, I just thought she was more tan than everyone else, you know? It's just, comics transcend race. It has nothing to do with race. It's all about the idea of a person, you know, becoming this super person and doing good or evil, and, you know, just becoming this superhuman being and being someone that you can look up to. And I feel like a person like that sees above race. There is no race. To me, it's do whatever makes you happy. If you identify with this character and they just happen to be of a different, what does it matter? You know, it's a person underneath it all, and it's the basic tenets of all of, you know, everything. It's underneath it all, we're all the same. We're all a person. We just happen to be more tan than others. That's about it, you know?
Like that. What?
You know, I kind of think if you love the character, you should do it. If you're a white girl, you can do Storm all day, right?
Yeah. I do Storm.
You know, because I'm not green, does that mean I can't do Incredible? No.
I mean, she's awesome green. I was gonna say she's awesome green.
That's kind of what I mean. If you're gonna change your ethnicity, there's a fine line. You have to make sure that you are being very, very respectful. I think you guys know what I mean. You've seen the cosplayer that has that changed her race, and she's gotten a lot of flack for it. She did it with all makeup. If she was a white girl, she decided she wanted to be Michonne. She did an amazing Michonne. A lot of people got upset about it because in our country, it's seen as disrespectful. Most every other country, not so much. A lot of people in other countries are like, why are Americans so upset about this? There's a lot of background. We all know it. You know, so if you're going to change your race, be respectful and think about what you're doing first. You know, you can always cosplay a character of a different race. Just be respectful.
I think you guys did good. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I have nothing to add on there. What about Rule 63, crossplay and gender bent? And actually, would you guys like to explain what exactly Rule 63 and crossplay is? And
Which one do you
Let's do Rule 63.
Okay.
Yeah. Rule 63 is basically taking a male character and making it female, or a female character and making it male. I think a lot of people tend to get flack for it just because, you know, you get the people that are like, oh, well, you know, this character's supposed to be a man and now you're making him girly and, you know, and it's just, you know.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm a Quicksilver. But it's one of those things, it's like, you know, I don't care if I love the character because it's male or female. You know, I play both genders when I play video games. I don't just play guys or girls. It's whoever's the best character. So it's like, you know, why should I pick a character based on just their gender? So for me, it's just, I actually had more fun with it because you get to be creative and you get to say, okay, well, if Aquaman was a woman, what would he wear? How would she look? And I had a lot more fun with it. It was actually harder.
Yeah.
Because you actually have to be completely creative. There's no like stock photo or anything to go off of. It's completely up to you. And so I actually find them really creative. I enjoy them a lot because I think it takes a step further to change this character to fit a different body type. And that's really all it is. It's just changing it from having pecs to boobs. It's really the only thing, you know?
I mean, come on, guys, girls, we've all got boobs, you know.
They're just different sizes.
Exactly. Yeah.
So crossplay is when you take, you're a male or you're a female, and you want to cosplay a character of the opposite gender. And you stick to that character. You don't adjust it to make it a male or make it a female. This is how I started doing what I was doing. Every character, Ivy knows, every character that I cosplayed was a crossplay. Luckily, it felt very comfortable. So, and technically I still crossplay, but earlier this year I came out as transgender. So I think of myself as just cosplaying two more characters. But there is that crossplay part of it, and I gotta tell you, I'm seeing more and more of it, and it's awesome. You know, females crossplay males, males crossplay females. of costumes that you can do.
You know, I think it's amazing. My little sister's got a friend. She does a great tuxedo mask. My little sister's in love with her. She's not like me, but she does a perfect guy. And it's just, when you look at it, and the makeup skills needed for that is amazing.
You did a crossplay here last year. Who was here last year? Did you guys happen to see Master Roshi running around the con floor at all, by any chance? So Mia, you could not tell that it was her because you thought it was just this little dirty man. She did a fantastic job, and you know, I think it's an amazing thing to be able to branch out into so many different avenues, and you know, you make the character your own. You have fun with it, and you know, both of these two individuals here, they're just fantastic with just showing that excitement on their face when they're, you know, cosplaying a character for the first time or the 10th, 20th time. That's what it boils down to. Be happy, have fun with it, make it your own, and, you know, that's all that matters, you know, just enjoy yourself.
I was so nervous being bald.
You were.
It was going out, and I mean, the first time I wore it was Dragon Con, and Dragon Con's like girls in like little outfits and sexy, and here I am like a 90-year-old bald guy. And my friend, who's a 6'3" Marine, it was a joke is how it got started. He was dressed as Bunny Bulma in 4-inch super heels. So here I am, he's like this elegant, tall, you know, Bunny Bulma, and I'm like this short.
He looked like a gazelle. I posted his photo on my page, and a lot of my fans were like, she's hot, she's sexy.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing it right.
Yeah. But yeah, I was so nervous, but I ended up having so much fun. Because after a while, I stopped caring what anyone thought. I was like, you know what, I'm having a good time. I went up to all my friends, I was grabbing their butts. And I was just having a blast just being Master Roshi. And I stopped caring what everyone thought, and I had so much fun.
So the point is, have fun.
Don't care at all.
Never.